Assalamu alaikum, sabbahakum Allah bil khair, good morning. Welcome back. Today we're going to be discussing scene 4 and scene 5 of Dr. Faustus, Christopher Marlowe's Dr. Faustus. Previously we've discussed scene 3, correct? Let's make a quick recap. We've seen in scene 3 Dr. Faustus conjuring for the first time, correct? He managed to, draw a circle, and within the circle there was God's name and symbols of saints on the circle, and he started to conjure. And during the process, we've seen Dr. Faustus stating this to himself: be resolute, be resolute, be resolute, be courageous, be courageous. Meaning, in one way or another, he's afraid, right? Okay. The devil, Mephistopheles, appeared for the first time in scene 3, and what did he do?
He asked him to change it to a fire.
Exactly. Dr. Faustus immediately ordered him to go and change his shape into a Franciscan friar, an old priest. Now, why did that happen? He was frightened, okay, and he wanted to have the devil appear in a look that he's accustomed to. And since, Dr. Faustus is a man of religion in a sense, okay, so he would be accustomed to the form of old priests. That is why he told him to come back as a Franciscan friar. This is a reason. The second reason is a message from Christopher Marlowe himself, stating that all men of religion are in fact devils. That holy shape fits a devil best. He thinks that his spells bound Mephistopheles to compel to his orders, okay? But then we discover that it was per accident, correct? For when we hear one rack the name of God, abjure the scriptures and his Savior Christ, we fly in hope to get his glorious soul. And that is a very significant description. Glorious. Soul is glorious. Faustus does not understand that. So, we understand that the appearance of the devil was per accident. It was due to the blasphemy, not due to the conjuring, okay? That was probably his first disappointment, correct? The devil informs him that abjuring the Trinity is the thing that made him come. We also understand that Dr. Faustus confines Elysium with hell. Elysium is the afterlife of pagan religions, okay? And hell is related to Semitic religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. He confines them together, meaning that he does not believe in either of them. Okay? What else? He starts to question the devil about Lucifer, who he is. Well, Dr. Faustus knows who he is. Again, he's a man of divinity, but he wants the devil to elaborate more. And we understand that the devil, in one way or another, is feeling sorrow, feeling regret from that repetition with Lucifer, with Lucifer, with Lucifer, correct? And he questions him about what made him do it. Pride and insolence, and that rings a bell. This is a common aspect between Dr. Faustus and Lucifer. We also know that regret and sorrow is not enough. We should have repentance. The devil did not. Okay. We understand again that hell is not a place, it is a condition. Okay? They were denied the face of God. They were denied mercy. They were denied heaven. These are the things that make their living a hell. And we also understand that they are fainting souls. They're fragile, broken, deformed, defeated souls. Okay. And we also understood that Mephistopheles is here acting honestly, talking honestly. Why? Because he appeared on his own accord and it was per accident. So he is not charged right now from Lucifer. And we will see a change in attitude in scene 5. Okay. Up to this moment, when we were done with scene 3, Dr. Faustus made a proposal, correct? He proposed to sell his soul for 24 years of service. Who set the terms? Dr. Faustus set the terms. In these terms, he would bound himself to Lucifer, meaning in one way or another, he is going to be a slave to Lucifer, right? He aspires to become a godlike. How come he's being a slave? You can't be a deity by being a slave, right? So from this, we understand that he's actually doing a very bad proposal, right? Okay. Again, we need to keep in mind, this is our protagonist. He aims well, but he's doing really, really bad, okay? That's why we feel sorry for him. Okay. Now we move to scene 4, and as we mentioned before, this is a comic scene. Comic scenes have so many functions, okay? But in every scene we have, a highlighted function. In this scene, we will have the fool characters, the secondary characters, acting as the main characters did. They would show us the events from a different angle, from a different point of view, to show how confused and how faulty the decisions of Dr. Faustus are. Okay? So we have Wagner, the servant, and we have a clown. Now, apparently, because he's Dr. Faustus' servant, because he lives with him, because he's also a student, he managed to learn some magical tricks. So now he can summon the devils. He will be acting in this scene as if he is Lucifer himself. And the clown would be instead of Dr. Faustus. You see the resemblance? A clown and a scholar. Yeah. And this new Lucifer, Wagner, okay, he's going to attempt to buy the clown's soul. Let's see how the clown would react to that. Scene 4. Enter Wagner and the clown. And by the way, before we begin, the language in this scene is very, very low. Why? Because we're dealing with a low character. He's a clown. Okay, he's not educated. Sarah boy, come hither. How boy, zounds boy, I hope you have seen many boys with such picket events as I have. Boy, quither. Tell me, sirrah, has thou any comings in? I am goings out too, you may see else. Of course, he's playing on language, huh? He's a trickster. He manipulates language. Alas, poor slave, see how poverty justice in his nakedness. The villain is bare and out of service and so hungry that I know he would give his soul to the devil for a shoulder of mutton, though it were blood raw. The clown is out of service. He's naked or half naked, and he's so hungry that he's willing to trade his soul for a shoulder of lamb, mutton, even if it was raw, blood raw. Let's see how he would react. How? My soul to the devil for a shoulder of mutton, though it would blood raw? Not so good, friend. But already I had need, have it well roasted, and good sauce to it, if I pay so dear. The clown realizes and understands the value of his soul. He knows that he's paying really, really dear. So if he's paying that much, he would at least have the mutton roasted and add good sauce to it. Meaning, he's bargaining. He's negotiating, right? Did Faustus negotiate? No, he proposed the time and the service. He could have asked for more, right? You know, a normal person would not ask for 24 years. He would ask for 100, at least, right? At least he would negotiate it. Well, will thou serve me, and I'll make thee go like, he speaks in Latin. How in verse? Again, he's manipulating language and mocking Wagner. No, sirrah, in beaten silk and stravaskers. How? Navisker, I thought that was all the land his father left him. Do you hear? I would be sorry to rob you of your living. Sirrah, I say in stravasker. Oh, stravasker, why then be like if I were your man, I should be full in vermin. So thou shalt, whether thou beest with more no, but sirrah, leave your jesting and bind yourself presently unto me for 7 years, or I'll turn all the lice about thee into familiars, and they shall tear thee in pieces. If you're not going to bound yourself to me, if you're not going to sell me your soul for 7 years, okay, he's naked and he's dirty, so he's got lice. So he's threatening him, telling him that I will make the lice eat your flesh. Do you hear, sir? You may save that labor. They are too familiar with me already. Zounds, they are as buoyed with my flesh as if they had paid for my meat and drink. He's accustomed to that torture. Well, do you hear, sirrah? Hold, take these guilders. Gridrons? What be they? Why, French coins. French coins are fake money. Okay, so Wagner is giving him fake money. So magic produces only things that are fake. Mass, but for the name of French crowns, a man were as good have as many English counters, and what should I do with these? Why now, sirrah, thou art an hour's warning, whensoever or wheresoever the devil shall fetch thee. No, here take your gridions again. Truly, I'll none of them. Truly, but you shall. Bear witness, I gave them him. Bear witness, I gave them you again. He's trying to give him money so, he can have him one way or another. Fake money. Well, I will cause 2 devils presently to fetch thee away, Baal and Belcher. Let your Baal and your Belcher come here, and I'll knock them. They were never so knocked since they were devils. Say I should kill one of them, what would folks say? Do you see yonder tall fellow in the round slope? He has killed the devil, so I should be called Kill Devil, all the parish over. Enter 2 devils, and the clown runs up and down crying. He is terrified. Baal and Belcher, spirits away. They exit. What? Are they gone? A vengeance on them. They have vile long nails. There was a he-devil and a she-devil. I'll tell you how you shall know them. All he-devils has horns, and all she-devils has clefts and cloven feet. Well, Sarah, follow me. So, after being negotiated for so long, now he is threatened, right? By force.
So, question, isn't this a foreshadowing? Because Dr. Faustus in later points of the play would be threatened by Mephistopheles to not repent in later scenes toward the end.
Well, not precisely, because we're dealing here with a very simple soul, with a very simple man. Okay, that's what you would expect from him, right? Now we're really focusing on that angle, that process of the bargain. Okay, this is related and focusing only on that point of view. I wouldn't think that it would be a foreshadow. No. Dr. Faustus, Dr. Faustus ought to make more than that. Okay, and keep in mind the shift in his character. If that would to happen at the beginning, we wouldn't see Dr. Faustus behaving like that, right? But as the play goes on, his character becomes very deviated, very degraded, very dissolved, to the extent that even a clown would be better than him. Later on, not now. Okay? Okay. We've reached. Well, Sarah, follow me. But do you hear? If I should serve you, would you teach me to raise up Bunyas and Belkas? I'll teach thee to turn thyself to anything, to a dog or a cat or a mouse or a rat or anything. How? A Christian fella to a dog or a cat or a mouse or a rat? No, sir. If you turn me into anything, let it be in the likeness of a little pretty frisking flea, that I may be here and there and everywhere. Oh, I'll tickle the pretty wenches' plackets. I'll be amongst them in faith. Now, I want you to highlight, to underline that statement. A Christian fella. He's dealing with some sort of a devil, right? He is being forced to sell his soul. He will be in the servitude of the devils, but still a Christian fella. He has not abandoned, he has not forsaken Christianity or God. Okay? Well, Sarah, come. But do you hear, Wagner? Baal and Belcher, oh Lord, I pray, sir, let Bunyas and Belcher go sleep. Villain, call me Master Wagner, and let thy left eye be diametrically fixed upon my right heel. And he casts a spell and exits. God, forgive me, he speaks Dutch Foshen well. I'll follow him, I'll serve him. That's flat. He exits. Now, it is very clear that the clown has behaved and the clown has reacted better than our protagonist. He negotiated, and he was tempted, right? Then he was threatened. Then he renegotiated. Then he was threatened again. Okay? And in the entire process, a Christian fella, okay? And at the end, God forgive me. So probably after the 7 years or at a certain point in time, he will repent. He still got faith in his heart. And he is forced. He was threatened, right? So he's forced. Did anyone force Dr. Faustus?
No.
Did he negotiate anything?
No.
Did he ask for better terms? Did he do anything like the clown?
No.
So who is better? The clown. So we have a clown acting better than our highly sophisticated and educated Dr. Faustus. Right? This is how confused Dr. Faustus is. Okay. That's all for the scene 4. Fourth scene. Let's go for the climax. This is probably the peak of the heat, okay? As you can remember, we have rising action, climax, then a resolution or a falling action. Now we reach the peak, which is the climax, scene 5. See what we got. Again, I want you to remember, our protagonist is a tragic hero. He's a noble person. He's a good person. Okay? He wants to achieve. He wants to reach his goal. But the means to do it are really, really bad. And again, this reminds us of the Machiavellian philosophy, right? The end justifies the means. Now, Faustus, must thou needs be damned, and canst thou not be saved? What boots it then to think of God or heaven? Away with such vain fancies and despair. Despair in God, and trust in Beelzebub. Now go not backwards. No, Faustus, be resolute. Again, be resolute. He's afraid. Why waverest thou? Oh, something sounds in mine ears. Abjure this magic. Turn to God again. I, Faustus, will turn to God again. To God. He loves thee not. The God thou servest is thine own appetite, wherein is fixed the love of Beelzebub. To him I'll build an altar and a church, and offer lukewarm blood of newborn babies. Our tragic hero, who wants to become a deity, who wants to free Germany, who wants to do all the good things, is willing to sacrifice the blood of newborn babies to achieve that. And this reminds me of a very problematic topic that appeared on the surface for quite some time. Doctors and pharmaceutical companies who, in their search for better understanding of disease, who in their search for developing a new drug, they would test on people. Healthy people, normal people, people who's got nothing to do with all of their aspirations and goals and achievements. So you see some French companies going to Africa and infecting people with AIDS And they did it also here in Iraq for quite some time, okay? I think there was 91 or 61 person who were infected deliberately with AIDS, okay? So they can see how the disease would develop, and they would try to find a cure to it. Now, I'm sure that if you ask one of them, one of those doctors, he would say that I did it for the better of mankind. I infected people, I caused the death of a certain amount of people to save thousands, probably millions in the future. Okay? If it was in your hand, would you kill one baby to save a million?
Yes.
Really? It's not up to you to decide. No, it's not. Okay, so if there was a train, okay, and it's going on different railroads, you point it this way, you're gonna kill one person, and you know that this person is gonna be like a very important person in the future. Or you're gonna kill, or you direct it this way, and you're gonna kill 100% who are normal people. What would you do? Right? That's a dilemma. It's a dilemma. Okay? So our protagonist has already made his choice, right? He's willing to kill babies and offer their blood to the devil in order to achieve something that he thinks is greater. Okay? Again, that's why he's a tragic hero. Okay. Enter, and by the way, he's thinking about going in repentance. Okay? And he also thinks about doing this. Enter good angel and evil angel. Sweet Faustus, leave that execrable art. Contrition, prayer, repentance. What of them? Oh, they are means to bring thee unto heaven. Rather illusions, fruits of lunacy, that makes men foolish that do trust in them most. Sweet Faustus, think of heaven and heavenly things. No, Faustus, think of honor and of wealth. Exit the devils of wealth. Why, the signory of Emden shall be mine, when Mephistopheles shall stand by me. What God can hurt thee, Faustus, thou art safe. Cast no more doubts, come, Mephistopheles, and bring glad tidings from great Lucifer. Is it not midnight? Come, Mephistopheles, and he conjures to summon Mephistopheles. Okay, so again we have the good angel and the bad angel, right? One of them is representing his id and the other is representing his superego. And you can see that there is this sort of conversation this time between him and the good angel. So probably the good angel is now a bit stronger. In previous scenes, we've seen them being equal, even in the lines that they speak. This time, the good angel speaks more. He gets the opportunity, to make some sort of a conversation between him and Dr. Faustus. Yet, only by stating the lesser of all goals, which is wealth, the evil angel wins. Right? Why?
Because Lucifer attempt
No, it's not Lucifer. It's Dr. Faustus.
about the evil angel.
Have you ever been in that situation when you have something that you want to do And everyone is telling you this is a bad thing to do. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Except for one guy at the end, he would say, okay, go ahead. And he say, yes, he said yes. Okay? Because there is this deep desire in him that wants to achieve, that wants to do. Keep in mind, Dr. Faustus is not a simple person. He is a scholar. He wants to discover. He wants to learn. He wants to break that limitation. Right? And he's got pride, his tragic flaw, the mother of all sins, right? It is pride that derives him towards his id. He's so confident of himself. He believes that he can do it in one way or another, get away with it. See? Yeah. And he just wants a small encouragement. Remember, does he need wealth? No. Does he care for it? No. He could have had it when he was a physician, right? Be a physician, Faustus, heap up gold. And he described the lawyers as what? Mercenary drudge, right? So he doesn't need it. But you can see that even with the mitigation of goals, he left everything. The evil angel left being a deity, left being able to control maybe the winds and the clouds and all the godly stuff, okay? And he focused on wealth, something that Dr. Faustus doesn't even need. Yet he was attracted to it. So in this confrontation, the evil angel wins, although it was the good angel that had the stronger argument, telling us that Dr. Faustus, with his pride, is leaning towards his id and leaning towards practicing magic. The signory of Emden is a port in Germany. Still functions to this day. You can Google it. It's lovely. Okay, very important port. Very, rich port. He dreams of having this port if he can have the power with, that comes with the service of Mephistopheles. Go back to the first scene. In the third scene, we have a man who wants to become a god. What is a port compared to becoming a god? It's nothing. Still, Faustus holds on to it as a reason, right? So there is a deep dive in aspirations, yet he still insists. So we now reach the point in which Mephistopheles enters again, right? Enter Mephistopheles. Now tell me, what says Lucifer thy Lord? That I shall wait on Faustus whilst he lives, so he will buy my service with his soul. Already Faustus hath hazarded that for thee. But Faustus, thou must bequeath it solemnly, and write a deed of gift with thine own blood. For that security craves great Lucifer. If thou deny it, I will back to hell. This is very significant. I want you to underline these, that phrase, deed of gift. Not a purchase, not an exchange, but a gift. Why a gift? Yeah.
Because he's willing to give himself willingly without anything.
Willingly, without any force, without any argument, willingly, because in fact they could not buy it and they cannot force him to give it in any circumstance, in any rate, in any case. You get the idea? He will give it. Where are we? I lost the lines. Yeah, stay, Mephistopheles, and tell me, what good will my soul do thy Lord? Enlarge his kingdom. Is that the reason he tempts us thus? He reads in Latin. Have you any pain that torture others, as great as have the human souls of men? But tell me, Faustus, shall I have thy soul, and I will be thy slave, and wait upon thee, and give thee more than thou hast wit to ask? He changed the subject. Now, in the previous encounter, Dr. Faustus questioned Mephistopheles a lot, right? In this encounter, again, he tries to question him, but the devil changes the subject, returns to the subject that he wants to talk about. Will you give me your soul? Will you give me your soul? Why? Because now he's in a mission. Exactly. It's not per accident. It's not on his own accord. No, now he is charged by Lucifer to do what Lucifer wants him to do, to take his soul. And we will see this change in attitude again. He was so honest in scene 3, right? We will see the true nature of Mephistopheles in this scene. And this is not all. Why do you need my soul? Why does he need my soul? To enlarge his kingdom. And it's not really just that. There is something else. The clown could enlarge his kingdom, right? Anyone else can enlarge his kingdom. But why Faustus? Why this interest? Yes, Faustus asked for it, right? Okay? But why this interest?
Maybe because Dr. Faustus is a scholar and a lot of people aspire him.
Okay, you're right. What else? So it's not Faustus. What is it? Oh, sorry, Dr. Faustus. Yeah, it's not Dr. Faustus. It's what? Quick correction. It's not Faustus, it's Dr. Faustus. Right? It's not just the person. It's what the person stands for. He is the flower of Wittenberg. He is the greatest of Wittenberg, the brightest, the most charming, right? A professor, a man you would look up to. He's a beacon of hope. And trust me, it is very, very, very painful to see such a man fall. With him, a lot of principles, a lot of moralities, a lot of aspirations would fall. You get it? It's not just the person, it is what he stands for. And trust me, I've seen it before. A lot of people shattered, great people, wonderful people, shattered in front of our eyes because of a deal with the devil. Get it? I, Mephistopheles, I give it thee, Then stab thine arm courageously, and bind thy soul, that at some certain day great Lucifer may claim it as his own, and then be thou as great as Lucifer. Of course, this is a lie. He can't be as great as Lucifer because he's signing a deed in which he will give his soul willingly to Lucifer, meaning that he's going to be a slave to Lucifer. And a slave and the master can never be equals. Lo, Mephistopheles, for the love of thee, I cut mine arm, and with my proper blood assure my soul to be great Lucifer's, chief lord and regent of perpetual night. View here the blood that trickles from mine arm, and let it be perpetuous for my wish. But Faustus, thou must write it in manner of a deed of gift. Again emphasizing a deed of gift, a contract in which you will willingly give your soul, submit your soul to the devil for free. So I will, but Mephistopheles, my blood congeals and I can write no more. I'll fetch thee fire to dissolve it straight. Again, the devil wants a deed, a contract in which Dr. Faustus is going to give his soul willingly. It must be written by his own blood. So Dr. Faustus stabs his arm and starts writing the deed, okay? But the blood freezes, it congeals. Now, it's a message. What is the message?
Don't do it.
Who's telling that message?
His body.
Maybe his own body. Maybe his own body is realizing something that his mind is not, okay? Don't do it. The body refuses to surrender the soul of Dr. Faustus. Don't do it. What else could it mean? What else could it mean? You know, according to religion, according to divinity, whether it's Judaism, Christianity, Islam, we have that in common, that our motto, the thing that allows us to function, is God's mercy, God's bless. And without it, we are doomed. Okay? It is the chiefest bless after all, right? And by doing this act, Dr. Faustus is exiting that mercy. He is exiting the domain of God, men. He is exiting the natural, right? So the blood congeals. The circulation of blood stops. He's out of that mercy, meaning that naturally he is dying. And the devil tells him what? I'll fetch you. It's not I'll bring you. Okay, if I tell you I'll bring you a pen, I will do this, right? This is bringing. But what about fetching? Can you hold this? Hold it, okay? Don't be scared, just hold it. Hold it, okay? This is the act of fetching, okay? It's like really, really quickly. He'll fetch him a chaffer of coal. Fire. From where? From hell. Now, fire can be very symbolic, right? It means power. And can normal fire restore the circulation of blood? No, but this is not a natural fire. It's a supernatural fire. It's a force from hell Meaning now, Dr. Faustus from now on will belong to the domain of hell. His motto is hell, not heaven, not God's mercy. So basically, he exited God's mercy and entered the dam of hell. He's no longer natural, but supernatural. Where are we? I lost track again. I'll fetch thee fire to dissolve it straight. Exit. Now, again, Faustus is all alone. Whenever he's alone, he starts to think. And that is why he said fetch, not bring. He wants to do it as quick as possible, so he would not allow him to reconsider. What might the staying of my blood portend? Is it unwilling I should write this bill? Why streams it not, that I may write afresh? Faustus give to thee his soul. Ah, there it stayed. Why shouldn't thou not? Is not thy soul thine own? Probably if he would have thought about this for quite a bit longer, he would have got the answer. The soul is not yours to give. Then write again, Faustus give to thee his soul. Enter Mephistopheles with a chaffer of coal. Here's fire, come Faustus, set it on. So now the blood begins to clear again. Now will I make an end immediately. Oh, what will not I do to obtain his soul? Now we have the real devil, the real Mephistopheles, the natural Mephistopheles. It's in his nature to be devious, right? What will I not do to obtain his? I'll do everything to get his soul. Faustus reads in Latin, this bill is ended, and Faustus hath bequeathed his soul to Lucifer. But what is this inscription on mine arm? Homophobe, whither should I fly? If unto God he'll throw thee down to hell. My senses are deceived. Here's nothing writ. I see it plain. Here in this place is writ. Homophobe, yet shall not Faustus fly. Once he signed the contract, an inscription appeared on his arm. Fly, O man. Fly, O man. Run. Run. He believes, because he lost some blood, he believes that his senses are deceiving him. But then he admits it. Here is writ, fly, O man. Now, he thinks to himself, I've done it, right? Now, what excuse would I have if I go to God? If I fly to God, where to? If I fly to God, he will throw me down. He will punish me. So Faustus will simply not fly. Now, his courage, his bravery is now changed into what? Terror and fear from God, right? I'll fetch him somewhat to delight his mind. Again, the devil acts as a devil, trying to deceive Faustus as much as possible. Enter again with devils giving crowns and rich apparel to Faustus. They dance and then depart. Speak, Mephistopheles, what means this show? Nothing, Faustus, but to delight thy mind withal and show thee what magic can perform. But may I raise up spirits when I please, I, Faustus, and do greater things than these. Then there's enough for 1,000 souls. Here, Mephistopheles, receive this scroll, a deed of gift of body and soul, but yet conditionally, that thou perform all articles prescribed between us both. Faustus, I swear by Hell and Lucifer to effect all promises between us made. Of course, this deception that Mephistopheles did just to end the deed, to hand him the deed. So now we reach the actual deed that was written in blood. Remember, Dr. Faustus is a man of law. So this bill should be highly articulate and well done. Then hear me read them on these conditions following. First, that Faustus may be a spirit in form and substance. Secondly, that Mephistopheles shall be his servant and at his command. Thirdly, that Mephistopheles shall do for him and bring him whatsoever. Fourthly, that he shall be in his chamber or house invisible. Lastly, that he shall appear to the said John Faustus at all times in what form or shape soever he please. I, John Faustus of Wittenberg, doctor, by these presents do give both body and soul to Lucifer, Prince of the East, and his minister Mephistopheles. And furthermore, grant unto them that 24 years being expired, the articles above written inviolated, full power to fetch or carry the said John Faustus body and soul, flesh, blood, or goods, into their habitation wheresoever. By me, John Faustus. He didn't just give them his soul, he gave them his body and soul. He gave them everything. For what? For nothing. For absolutely nothing. He didn't bound them, he bounded himself. That's the man of law. This is how confused Dr. Faustus is. This is how willing he is to sacrifice just to get what he wants. It's not right to, go in a bet and say, I'm all in. It's not right. Okay, how much time do we have? 50 minutes? Okay, I'll take 5 and give you 10. Is that fair enough? Is that a good deal? Okay, you're not sacrificing anything. And I'm not sacrificing anything. Speak, Faustus, do you deliver this as your deed? I take it, and the devil give thee good on it. Now, Faustus, ask what thou wilt. First, will I question with thee about hell? Tell me, what is the place that men call hell? Under the heavens. Really? Is that an answer that suits someone like Dr. Faustus? Aye, but whereabouts? Within the bowels of these elements, where we are tortured and remain forever, hell hath no limits, nor is circumscribed in one self-place. For where we are is hell, and where hell is, must we ever be. And to conclude, when all the world dissolves, and every creature shall be purified, all places shall be hell, that is not heaven. Come, I think hell is a fable. I think hell is just a joke. Fairy tale. It's not real. I think so still, till experience change thy mind. You know, some people really don't learn unless they try. Why? Thinkest thou then that Faustus shall be damned? Aye, of necessity, for here's the scroll wherein thou hast given thy soul to Lucifer. Aye, and body too, but what of that? Thinkest thou that Faustus is so fond of imagine that after this life there is any pain? Tush, these are trifles and mere old wives' tales. But Faustus, I am an instance to prove the contrary, for I am damned, and am now in hell. How? Now in hell? Nay, and this be hell, I'll willingly be damned here. What? Walking, disputing? But leaving off this, let me have a wife, the fairest maid in Germany. For I am wanton and lascivious, and cannot live without a wife. Let's comment on this. Dr. Faustus is how would I put it? He believes in materialistic things. He's dealing with supernatural things, but at the same time believing only in materialistic things. He does not believe in the afterlife. He does not believe that he will be tortured. So to him, this is all fable. This is all a joke. Although there is a clear, actual instance in front of him, telling him about the torture, he ridiculates this and believes that there are no consequences for his act. Probably this is some sort of psychological denial. It's a defense mechanism. I'm sure you've studied the defense mechanisms, right? Okay. And this is a psychological defense mechanism. He does not want to think about the consequences. He neglects them. He denies them in order to focus and go in a path that he knows where it leads. Okay? So now the defense mechanisms are really functioning. And probably next lecture we're going to have something about defense mechanisms, because they're going to affect our scenes from now on significantly. Where are we? Oh, so now Dr. Faustus asks for a wife. This is his first demand, right? The first time that he actually asks something from the devil. He wants a wife. He cannot live without one. How? A wife? I prithee, Faustus, talk not of a wife. Nay, sweet Mephistopheles, fetch me one, for I will have one. Well, thou wilt have one. Sit there till I come. I'll fetch thee a wife in the devil's name. He exits. Enter again with a devil dressed like a woman with fireworks. A devil dressed like a woman. Tell Faustus, how dost thou like thy wife? A plague on her for a hot... You know the rest. Tut, Faustus, marriage is but a ceremonial toy. If thou lovest me, think no more of it. I'll call thee out the fairest courtesans, and bring them every morning to thy bed. She whom thine eyes shall like, thy heart shall have. Be she as chaste as was Penelope, as wise as Seba, or as beautiful as was bright Lucifer before his fall. Hold, take this book, pursue it thoroughly. The iterating of these lines brings gold. The framing of the circle on the ground brings whirlwinds, tempts, thunders, and lightning. Pronounce this thrice devotedly to thyself, and men in armor shall appear to thee, ready to execute what thou desirest. Thanks, Mephistopheles, yet fain I would have a book wherein I might behold all spells and incantations, that I might raise up spirits when I please. Here they are in this book, their turn to them. Now, would I have a book where I might see all characters and planets of the heavens, that I might know their motion and dispositions? Here they are too. Turn to there. Nay, let me have one book more, and then I have done, wherein I might see all plants, herbs, and trees that grow upon the earth. Here they be. Oh, thou art deceived. Tut, I warn thee. Oh gosh, it's more than 5 minutes. The thing is that Dr. Faustus asked for a wife, and simply Mephistopheles cannot deliver. So he brings him a devil dressed like a wife. Now, why can't he deliver? Why can't he deliver? Who knows? Why can't he bring a wife? What do you think? What is marriage?
Ceremonial pacting.
Under God's name.
It's a pact, just like you said. It's a pact. It's a deed. It's a contract. With whom? With the other person, of course. But who's supervising? It's God who's supervising. So God is your witness, and you say it, right? You say it. You say it. Actually, say it. God is my witness. So, can the devil bring a wife and make that contract under the supervision of God? They would not dare. So they simply cannot deliver. And that was their first break of the deed. Right? He could have annulled the entire deed and said, hey, you guys, you didn't deliver. The deed is broken and so long, right? Faustus did not see that. He did not. He's so confused. He's so blinded by what he wants to achieve, okay, that he did not see that. He is blinded by his pride to the extent that he did not see that. It was a break in the deed. So, then he tries to tempt him with women. He tells him that I'll bring you women every morning to your bed. And then he tries to tempt him because he's a scholar. He gives him a book. Here's a book. Do that and gods will appear. Spirits will appear. Do this and do that and this will appear. Here's a book for that. Okay. Can you give me a book in which there are, I can know the movement of the planets and their disposition? Yeah, here's another book. Can you give me a book in which I can see all the herbs and trees and all the planets on Earth? Yeah, here's a book. And he screams, oh, thou art deceived. he discovers that he was tricked. He was deceived. Why?
Because they are books, you can't get.
They're just books. They were just books, and he's a scholar. He could have got them. No matter what the price, he could have got them. He didn't have to sell his soul to get magic. There were books, he could have got them, he could have read them, he could have performed magic. But no, he sold his soul to the devil for nothing. So he screams, "Oh, thou art deceived." And the devil replies, "What? I warned you. I was there in scene 3 and I warned you. I told you it strikes a terror in my fainting soul. And you didn't believe me. I just spoke to you and told you you're damned now by necessity. You did not believe." So now our protagonist realizes that he was deceived, and time is up, right? I would love to continue. This is the most beautiful scene, but we need to have another entire lecture in order to be done with it. So we will stop here and continue next lecture. Hopefully, in the next lecture, we will see how Dr. Faustus will deal with the case, okay? And then, finish up with scene 5, in which we will see another appearance of the good and evil angel, and we will see their impact on the decisions of Dr. Faustus. And soon after, when we will wrap scene 5 all together, wrap it out, we will move to scene 6. So prepare the rest of scene 5 and scene 6. With this, we've come to the end of our lecture. Thank you very much indeed, and class dismissed.